My name is Trudi, and I keep this tiara close to me to remind me that I am a princess of the king. But I did not always feel that way. My mom was in the hospital a lot as we were growing up. I got bullied a lot in school, and I just didn't feel comfortable or that I belonged even in my church. I rebelled a lot when I was a teen. I did some things that I should not have done. And so I felt that I wasn't even close to God at that time. I pulled away from Him. He never pulled away from me, but I didn't feel that I even belonged with Him. I met my first husband as a teenager. We got married when we were both 19, and then we had 2 children. And what I thought was a great marriage, I looked back at to realize that there were some struggles. As time went on, I saw his alcohol addiction take over his life, his business, our family life, and how it started to affect me and create my own addiction in trying to fix him. I remember waking up every day feeling like the weight of the world on my shoulders and not knowing where to go with it. After a couple years of living this way, I knew I couldn't do it on my own, and I decided to reach out to a counselor. One of her first questions that she asked me was I going to keep chasing my husband or following him, or was I going to stay and get better for myself? And that was a very pivoting question for me, and something that really resonates in my mind a lot still today. That was the first time that I realized that I also needed help in working through this time period that we were going through. Through that time with the counselor, she encouraged me to get involved with a women's Bible study. And my first thought was that was the last place I wanted to be with, was other women, mainly because I was afraid of gossip. I was afraid of judgment. When I went to first Bible study, those women came around me and helped build me up, helped me to find my worth not in myself but in who God said I was. Unfortunately, my marriage ended in divorce. And though it felt like a relief, it also felt like a failure. I didn't know at the time that God was going to use that for me, because in a month later, I got a call from somebody here at the church that they were going to be starting Celebrate Recovery, and they asked me to be a part of that team. In my first marriage and growing up, there was a lot of emotional abuse that had happened, and I found healing in helping others as I was helping them to find their healing also. God used me for 8 years in Celebrate Recovery to walk alongside other women, and then I was asked to be a part of the staff, and I've been on staff for the last 5 years to be able to work alongside others to help them to see that they are not going through this alone. God showed me that I can be there to build them up and show who He is to them, not that they have to find that worth in other people, that they can find that worth, that they can find that His love, that they can find who God says that they are and not who other people say that they are. This isn't just a story for women. This is a story for men and women. We all have faced trials and have struggles in our life. Just as He has used my story for His glory, He can use your story, because we are all sons and daughters of the King.